Namo Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha. Hello everyone. So today we continue our series on the 10 great practices and vows of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, and we are on the 7th great vow, to invite the Buddhas to remain in the world. So first let's look at the sutra. Moreover, good men, to humbly invite the Buddhas to remain in the world is explained like this. Throughout the entire Dharma realm and the realm of empty space, the Buddhas, Tathagatas, are as numerous as the 5 motes of dust in all Buddha lands in the 10 directions and 3 periods of time. I persuade all Buddhas, all Tathagatas who are about to enter Parinirvana, and all Bodhisattvas, sound hearers, Prajaka Buddhas, learners, non-learners, and all good teachers too, not to enter Nirvana. I invite them all to remain in the world for as many kalpas as there are 5 motes of dust in all Buddha lands, for the benefit and bliss of all living beings. In this way, even if the realm of empty space ends, the realms of living beings end, the karma of living beings ends, and the afflictions of living beings end, my earnest requests will never end. It will continue thought after thought without interruption. In the karma of body, speech, and mind, there is no weariness. So this vow is also connected to the 6th vow, to invite the Buddhas to tend the Dharma wheel. If we were to invite the Buddhas to tend the Dharma wheel, we should also invite the Buddhas to remain longer in the world, to keep turning the Dharma wheel and benefit more sentient beings. So again, we can't find where are the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, Arahants, and all these enlightened beings. It's extremely difficult to encounter them. Although the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they still have countless manifestations in this world and other worlds to help save sentient beings, but we don't really know who they are. So what should we do? Again, we should invite all good Dharma teachers to remain in the world, to keep turning the Dharma wheel and to benefit all sentient beings. So it's very important for us to invite the good Dharma teachers to turn the Dharma wheel. Without anybody expound the Dharma, even those who are intelligent cannot really grasp it, because the Dharma is very subtle. So it's important to invite all good Dharma teachers to tend the Dharma wheel, and also to invite them to remain longer in this world so they can benefit more sentient beings. Because each Dharma teacher has sentient beings who have karmic connection to them, and they will listen to that teacher. So they may not listen to me because they don't have karmic connection with me, but they may listen to other teachers who they have karmic connection with. So that's why it's important to invite all the good Dharma teachers to remain in the world and to keep turning the Dharma wheel. So when Shakyamuni Buddha was in the world, before he entered Parinirvana, he hinted his attendant Ananda 3 times to create a condition for Ananda to invite him to remain in the world. So he said to Ananda, those who have realized Arahant, they have the ability to remain in the world for 1 great kalpa. So their physical bodies can actually remain in the world for 1 great kalpa if they want to. And what says about the Tathagata who has great spiritual powers? Can the Tathagata not remain in the world for 1 great kalpa? So he said this to Ananda 3 times. In the Mahaparinirvana Sutra, we saw this conversation. And Ananda did not understand the Buddha's intention, so he did not really invite the Buddhas to remain longer in the world. And soon after that, Lord Mara appeared in front of the Buddha and said to him, when you first realized enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, I invited you to enter Parinirvana, and you said you have not established your complete assembly of disciples, and you have not subdued the external teachers. But now you have done all of that. It's time for you to enter Parinirvana. So because Ananda did not invite the Buddhas to remain in the world longer to keep tending the Dharma wheel, but on the other hand, Lord Mara already invited the Buddha twice to enter Parinirvana. In the last conversation, he even petitioned this point to the Buddha 3 times. So the Buddha had compassion to all, and the Buddha accord with the sentient beings, including Lord Mara. So he agreed to enter Parinirvana in 3 months' time. Also, he observed that the causes and conditions for him to remain in the world for this manifestation as Shakyamuni Buddha has finished. And he has done all he could. He has established the Sangha, the fourfold disciples, and also subdued the externalist teachers. He has saved those sentient beings he meant to save. And those who haven't really been saved, they will be saved by his disciples and his teachings after. So he thought, okay, it's time for him to enter Parinirvana. However, he could actually delay his Parinirvana. Initially, the Buddha planned to live in the world for 100 years. If had Ananda invited him to stay longer in this world, if there was more causes and conditions for him to remain longer, although he has done what he could, but if beings they still want the Buddha to live in the world and to be more diligent in their cultivation, he could also do so out of compassion. But because he hinted at Ananda for 3 times and Ananda did not get it, so he observed that his causes and conditions have finished for this time of manifestation. And someone may ask, why couldn't the Buddha just remain longer in this world? Why the Buddha need Ananda to ask him to remain longer in this world? So because the Buddha Dharma is priceless. If the Buddha kept giving this Dharma without anyone asking, then people would not treasure it too much. They may grow in contempt of the Buddha Dharma and even to the Dharma teacher. So that's not good. That's why in most of the Buddha Sutras, we saw that it's always someone had a problem, had some kind of issues, and they came to ask the Buddha, and the Buddha expounded the Dharma to them. Except for one sutra, the Buddha speaks of Amitabha Sutra, where for the entire time the Buddha spoke of this sutra without anybody asking, because no one could possibly ask this question. But the Buddha observed the benefit of this sutra to sentient beings, so he spoke without being asked. So usually we should invite the Dharma teacher to tend the Dharma wheel and to remain longer in this world. Then the teacher will do so according to the sentient beings' inquiry. So it's important, if we see any good Dharma teacher in this world, we should always invite him or her to stay longer in this world, to tend the Dharma wheel, and to keep benefiting sentient beings. And for Pure Land teachers, we should also invite them to remain longer in this world, to keep sharing about Amitabha Buddha and his Pure Land, to benefit more sentient beings, to not go to the Pure Land too soon. So I invite all good Dharma teachers to remain in the world, to keep turning the Dharma wheel, and to benefit all sentient beings. Namo Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. Namo Amitabha Buddha. Namo Amituofo.